Zoom, synonymous with how we all got together, either just with our friends or business meetings, whatever it might have been during the pandemic. Well, if you look at where this stock peaked, ZI, back in the pandemic, you see a pretty much straight down, Pete, from the upper left to the lower right. Again, as our friend Dennis Gartman used to love to say, except he usually would like to talk about lower left to upper right. This is the opposite, upper left, lower right, just falling apart. It's down 17%, Pete, new 52-week high. I don't know if the stock's ever been lower than this. I'll try to get you an answer as Pete tells us what he thinks of the stock, but this was just a horrible report out of Zoom Information Technology, Pete. Adjusted earnings, 17 cents for the quarter, 7 cents worse than the estimate. So it's almost 30% worse than what the street was looking for.
Yeah, this is exactly the opposite of some of the other names that we've talked about today, John, where instead of it being you can't imagine how it could be any better, you almost can't imagine how this could be any worse. It's why it's at those 52-week lows that you talked about. 775 is where they were. That's the 52-week low established today. It pushed up against that on a couple of occasions. It's not far off of that level now. And they also have a few other things outside of just the numbers that we talk about. We talk about they missed on earnings. They missed on revenue. Revenue was also down 6% year over year. All of that, of course, is negative, negative, negative. How about the fact that the CFO is stepping down? And now they're going to change that out as well. I mean, they can't get up more negative stuff at once. They probably just figured, you know what? This is a kitchen sink type of a quarter. We're going to throw everything at them. So they're going to be moving things around there too in the C-suite. The guidance, well, that was even below expectations. So you just can't find anything here that would tell you to say, you know what? I'm pretty convinced that somebody screwed up. This thing's ready to go. I don't think that's the case at all. This is a stock that's getting punished, and I think punished for all the right reasons.
Yeah, it's something we all use probably. Many of you use Microsoft Teams or Google Meet or any of these alternatives, GoToMeeting, which, by the way, Pete, I'll be using GoToMeeting later in the week because somebody still uses that, I guess, and they sent me a link for it. But the fact that people used this and used it and were expected to convert into paid users, it's just not happened, not to the extent that it needs to. They signed up 37 new accounts of 100,000 or more, 37. That's not a lot compared to the amount of people that use this thing, Pete. That's 3.7 million the way I do math. So I'm going to say, yeah, doesn't justify the valuations that they have.